Shriek of the Harpy.
November 8th. Objective achieved! Guys, it finally happened. I got the job! Yes, your intrepid blogger Muriel Sharpe has finally landed her dream gig as a film archivist. I'm so excited! It took me 4 years of undergrad and 2 posts, but I am at last ready to make my big screen debut. And by that I mean getting down with some serious archiving and film restoration. But of course, it wouldn't be my life if there wasn't a cloud to the silver lining. As it turns out, I'm not super crazy about my bosses. First of all, their names are Kurt and Kit. Are you fucking kidding me? Kurt and Kit? Did they, apply for their positions at the same time wearing matching outfits? At first I thought they had to be a couple. But nope, not even dating. They're both annoyingly attractive too. Perfect, skinny, and blonde. Totally LA. And we know how much I love that. Seriously, if I could live somewhere else, I'd be out of here in a heartbeat. I am so over this town. But here's where I need to be to do what I love. So Kurt and Kit are what I have to deal with, at least for the time being. Oh, and one thing. Of course, Kurt is a total chauvinist. Even after I got the job, he kept questioning me about my qualifications, and I'm like, hello, 8 years of school. But no, he keeps going on and on about practical experience, as if I'm some ditzy girl who doesn't know how to handle a film print or something. And I mean, yeah, I haven't done a ton of print handling, but I spent a lot of time with Gina in the booth of the Crescent, and I think that, with my education, the point should be moot. But it's not, because I am a woman. And Kit, instead of backing up a sister, just stands there nodding to everything Kurt says like some sort of Barbie automaton. Whatever. I'll make the best of it, but I got a misogynist vibe there, big time. Anyway, heading into the office to talk about my first real assignment. Later for now.
The downtown Nickelodeon, known to local cinephiles as the Old Nick, was tucked in between a Mexican grocer and a used stereo store on 8th Street in the heart of downtown Los Angeles. The once garish marquee had long been torn down, but the greasy window of the boarded-up ticket booth was still visible to the keen-eyed observer. Muriel had to use Google Maps to find it, a fact that gave her a twinge of shame as she prided herself on knowing the locations of all the old Hollywood movie houses. Even in its heyday, the Nick was a lesser-frequented theater, almost a second-run venue, so Muriel felt she could afford a little slack. Besides, as exciting as this assignment was, it seemed more janitorial than archive-related, and Muriel was a little off-put that this dingy rung on the ladder was where she was expected to start. "I suppose I should be grateful that I landed the job," Muriel told herself, but thinking it was one thing. Believing was another matter entirely. Standing at the chained and padlocked front doors, she rooted through her fully stuffed backpack for the keys. Past a bag of Skittles and a travel bottle of Aussie hairspray, she found them, twisted and stuck in the tines of one of her roller-style hairbrushes. Muriel sighed as she pulled the keys loose, carrying the weight of the world on her mannish shoulders. Adding injury to insult, the sky began to drizzle, dampening her hair into a flat, frizzy mop. California rain was a rare and bad omen, thought Muriel glumly. Why did things always have to be so hard? But Muriel's soggy spirits were lifted as she took in the wonderful, decaying lobby with its grand staircase and tall proscenium archways. The velvet curtains were tattered and moth-eaten, and the fixtures, no doubt scavenged for scrap, were long gone. But the theater held proudly to its old-world glamour, even under an apocalyptic layer of dust. A toppled stanchion still clung to a coiled, rotted rope, and the ruin of a concession booth promised popcorn, soda, and candy that had long been consumed.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?